All right, we have Elektra out of the packaging, and first opinions I got to say that those forearms are huge. They're huge for a female character. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking, but yeah, there's definitely a QC issue with that. But man, those forearms are killing me. Overall the figure is nice. It is a really good. It is a really nice looking figure. It does have the likeness from Elektra from the Daredevil series. This face sculpt, I want to say it looks familiar. I can't remember exactly what the actress looks like 100%, but I feel like it looks like somebody else. I cannot put my finger on it. But so the figure it's a really nice figure. I'll give it that. For what it is, it's really nice. This is one of the head sculpts that she comes with. And then obviously she comes with a masked head sculpt, which looks pretty nice. The paint details on this figure are very minimal. There's only really paint on the head, and then this upper chest part, and then her gloves. Everything else is pretty much just molded in its own colored plastic for what it is. The shoes are darker than the pants. It looks like the shoes are the same black plastic as the upper chest or the upper torso. The upper part of the body. But the hair does have a nice wash in it, and I think it's molded in brown, but the wash definitely gives it some depth and a little bit of dimension to it, so that's pretty nice. And then there's no hair tie that's colored. It's just molded in the same brown. You can see right there. So for the paint on the face, it's done really well. The lips are, they're painted on straight. The eyebrows are there. The eyes are looking straight. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's definitely better than, some female figures that we've seen where they're just completely cockeyed and crooked-eyed. But these Popeye arms are killing me. She needs to lay off the spinach. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into some articulation right now. So the head can look up a really nice amount, for a female figure, considering that she has a ponytail. But it is molded in a very soft material, so it doesn't hinder her to look back. And then she can look forward, almost like too much, so there it is with just the neck down. But then you actually get a little bit more, and where you can actually push the head down further. But then you get this bulge in the back of her neck. Her arms will go up about 90 degrees. They will rotate all the way around. Mine's a little loose, on the loose side, but that's just a minor issue. The elbow does bend and goes up about 90 degrees, and it does swivel all the way around. The wrist is just on a hinge, and it does swivel. The torso is on the typical torso cut that we've seen, from Hasbro. She can bend forward about that far and bend back a whole lot of amount, or way more than she probably should. There is no real gappage when she bends all the way back. Normally you kind of see some gappage in there, but I'm not seeing any with this figure. There is some on the back end when she does crunch forward as far as she can. So that's kind of a bummer, but one day they'll get it right. They'll get the female figures right. There is no waist swivel. The legs kick up a little under 90 degrees. There is a thigh cut. And then she does have double jointed knees. You can see those work really well. And then she does have an ankle rocker and an ankle hinge. I'm sorry, she can go up about this far, and she can go down almost all the way. So overall, I think this is a pretty good figure. Minus the Popeye arms, obviously. But I almost forgot the alternate head sculpt with the masked version. So this is done. It's pretty much the same head. It's the same head sculpt. Everything's the same except with the added mask molded over the top, which it's not too bad. The paint's there. The eyes. Let's see if it'll zoom. Yeah. So the eyes and eyebrows are all painted nice and even on this head as well. So I'm glad that they did that. They did take that into consideration. And they just didn't give us some, crooked eyes or cross-eyed looking figures. The size are just molded in gray plastic. They're It'll zoom in. There we go. So the handles are painted black, and these are I'd said silver, but it's more gray. I will note that this handle is pretty sticky for some reason. I'm not sure if it's so hot in the house, but it feels sticky. But it's very soft, so it's very yeah, it can be warped pretty easily. I'm gonna check out this one actually. Yeah, this handle feels a little sticky too. I'm not sure if maybe it didn't get a clear coat over it or what, but it looks like it's starting to come off a little bit right there. I don't want to mess with it too much, but I'll put the other head sculpt on. That nice little pop. So there it is. I gotta say, I'm gonna keep saying it. These forearms are just too massive. They don't even feel right. They feel like these should be on like a teen body, like a male teen body mold. But it's just crazy because the little cuffs are not. Sorry, the little cuffs right here are not removable. They're molded onto the arms as well. But so yeah, so this is the Elektra figure. I would have loved to have had a classic Elektra. I know the Toy Biz one is decent. It does suffer from, awkward cuts for the amount of articulation that was put into it. But for accessory wise, and I believe it does come with an extra head sculpt as well, and it even comes with a little base or a stand with it, which is awesome. But I don't own the classic Elektra. I would have loved to get a classic Elektra. I hope that when they do, or I hope they do like a wave I hope they do a wave 2 for the Netflix series. Maybe give us the characters in like a classic uniform, or mix it up. Give us some new Marvel Knights figures that we can sure use a classic Moon Knight. I would love a classic Moon Knight, and then maybe we can get a classic Elektra. That I think that'd be awesome. So here's Elektra next to Daredevil from the Netflix series as well. And I'd say the height's pretty good. The height's pretty accurate. I can dig it. Stay tuned. Next, I'm going to do a review on Daredevil. So we'll go ahead. We'll get him out of here, and then I've heard and I've seen people do it, but the silk from, I forget which Marvel Legends wave. Let me know in the comments below, please. Is it looks like it would fit. It does pop on there. I mean, it does fit, but it's very loose and wiggly. As you can tell, it's just, and it does sit kind of far down. But I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously there's two different tones of red, but I think it looks pretty cool. It looks a little big, but I think it could be doable. So anyway, that's my review for Elektra. Do I feel like this figure is a must own? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. It's not a must own. If you're a completionist and you want to complete the entire Netflix wave, or you want to build Man-Thing, then yeah, definitely get this figure. But I mean, it can easily be passed up. It's not the worst figure in the wave, but it's not the best figure in the wave. It definitely falls, I want to say, like in the middle, almost towards the bottom, because of those Popeye arms. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what you think of this figure. Do you like it? Do you think we should have got a classic one instead? Do you think it's pretty accurate to the Netflix series, the Daredevil? While you're down there too, hit that little notification bell. It'll let you know when we drop our next review. And then if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the Instagram. We also have a Facebook page. So yeah, until the next one, remember, always open your figures.